Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood. This is their part number SP1031. This is a replacement bolt is what it is. This is what would be called this is a bolt that would be used for what would be called a spanner sort of installation. And what that means is a spanner mount or a spanner type installation is when you are doing doors that are back to back. Back to back means there's a pull on each side of the door, okay? And there are ways in which to bolt them back to back. The most common way is where you thread a bolt in from the side A into the other side, and that bolt will thread into that exterior handle. The side A, the side that doesn't have the pull currently, will have a preparation in it where you place the pull handle over that exposed bolt that you've run through. The head of it's exposed, and then you set that handle with set screws, and they grip into the profile of the head of the bolt. That's the most common. It's not the best way. The spanner way is the best way. And what I mean is, you'll have a bolt like this. That bolt is D-shaped, plus it features left and right threads. So you will take your bolt and you will partially run that into the other handle. There is then a spanner collar that is involved. It is a disc that has a D-shaped prep in it that you would use a spanner wrench so that you could turn the spanner collar and then make the spanner bolt rotate. The spanner collar has a specific thickness. The one side of the handle that will stack on top of the spanner collar is literally made shorter in its projection to account for that spanner collar. And as you run this bolt through the door to the other handle, you slide your spanner collar on, then you bring your other handle over it and you tighten that assembly with your spanner collar. It draws the two pull handles tight together, making an incredibly durable sort of installation where you are not basically relegating the integrity of the opening onto those original small little set screws. Okay, spanner installations cost more. Absolutely they do, and that's the bottom line with that. This happens to be a 3/8/16. That's the size of the spanner that they put. This bolt is 2 1/4 inch long, and this is meant for a type 14, what Rockwood calls. Now let's take a look at what a type 14 is by switching to the screen view. So this is the item that we're looking at here, the SP1031. The extended description tells us that it's a 3/8/16, 2 1/4 left-hand, right-hand bolt for use with type 14 for back-to-back mounting for half-inch glass, and that's really where this all comes into play. Okay, right. Now, let's take a look. Now, down below, there's a table of other parts that go together with the half-inch glass series. And the spanner bolt is, of course, front and center. And then there are the spanner collars, and they're made in different diameters to, of course, account for the different diameter pulls that you would have. So, what I was saying earlier about the pulls needing to be made to accommodate, that's awful. Let's just try it without curves. Okay, imagine that is straight. So you have another pull handle here. Okay, and you would normally just mount these back to back. Okay, not a big deal, just back to back mounting. What they do in a spanner collar, however, is, and please forgive me, but this dimension and this dimension are the same in a standard back-to-back. Now imagine if what we did was in the spanner collar, we would have to obviously adjust the projection of one of the of the interior side. So if this dimension was, making something up, let's say 3.5 inch, and you had a 1 inch diameter pull, this dimension is going to become say 3 1/4. Okay, so it's literally going to be made smaller so as to account for the thickness of the spanner collar. When you stack that spanner collar onto your modified pull handle, it will then be the same dimension as what we have here. Okay, and that's how that works. Now, I'm a fan of it because it's such a durable sort of installation. What I was saying earlier about the back-to-back and the set screw, that's the bolt that goes through the door, and then it's just the set screw that will nest into the underside of this cone-shaped sort of bolt head configuration. Okay, this 3/8 thread sunk all the way deep into the pull handle is going to be obviously substantially more durable than a set screw here. Yeah, sure, they put thread lock here, but let's just think about that a little bit. If you can order your back-to-back pull handles as spanner, I would highly recommend you do that. Not only because I believe it's more durable, but I know that of the 1/4-20, 5/16, and then 3/8 replacement bolts we sell, we don't often sell 3/8, and that's for two reasons. You don't sell a lot of them, but we should still sell them proportionally, and we don't. And we don't because they don't break nearly as often. For Rockwood mounting kits parts master table, click here. Now this document is really handy because it's a quick shortcut to show you the part numbers of many of their bolts. Okay. The longer version is the SP1032, and it's really not 2 7/8, it's closer to 3 1/4, and that will be the spanner version for back-to-back for typical doors that are 1 3/4 thick. Okay, so same thing as the SP1031, just simply longer because of the thicker door, is the bottom line here. Now, that D-shape preparation, that's necessary because you have a D-shape preparation in your spanner collar. The parts master table does not include the spanner wrench that you will likely need for that. That's going to be too broad of a term. Let's add Rockwood. And there's the Rockwood spanner wrench. Okay. And that little nib will go into the hole that's in the edge of the spanner collar, and you'll rotate that to tighten, to loosen, whatever the case might be. And as you're installing the spanner material, you need to, of course, balance where the bolt is going to start, because you're going to need to leave your bolt partially removed from the installation, because you'll need to continue to thread that down to draw it all in and together. Okay, so a little bit of experimentation. You'll need to get the bolt just slightly started, and then whatever, you'll start it to the thickness of the collar, and then you'll be able to get it all tightened in. My point is, you kind of want that to be as balanced on each pull as possible. Now, there's a link below this video here to the manufacturer's page. Not only all of the Rockwood items that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog as seen here. And other encyclopedic documents is where we will place these on this page. This will be the page that will receive those encyclopedic documents, is what I'm saying. Older versions of the catalog, prior versions. Their architectural door pull catalog is here. It's 100+ pages of literally that, architectural door pulls. If you're looking for pulls for a door, that will be basically every imaginable variant of door pulls. Architectural base materials, brass, bronze, stainless steel, with the options of having leather involved and rubber involved and wood involved. Rubber would be involved if you have a door in the American Southwest and it's 112 degrees. The last thing you want to do is reach your hand onto a piece of architectural base material, like solid stainless that's been baking all day. So you might have a rubber wrapped pull in that sort of a regard. The wood pulls obviously for the look, etc. This catalog just goes on and on and on. Here are rubber wrapped pulls here. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, the name Rockwood is synonymous with not only classic trim and auxiliary hardware, and they have been since the 1950s. As far as I know, 1950s is when they started. The name Rockwood is also synonymous with those architectural door pulls, and they do an exceptionally incredible job with quality of the product, customer service, technical support, and all of the other associated items to that. Back-to-back pulls, if you can do a spanner sort of installation, absolutely do that. They only do spanner in 3/8 diameter, so that not only serves the long-term durability of it because of the greater diameter of the bolt, but also is one that will prove to be by design inherently more durable. Any questions on the SP1031 or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.